Yeah,
they know each other so well, so I don't think that it'll be, strange or a long shot to expect that there will be a lot of banter.
Yeah.
So going into the draft alone, I'm expecting a lot of energy already.
Competitors on the stage, friends off of it. Let's see as the draft start for game number 1. The tension is real. RRQ taking away the Beatrix and the Nitan. ONIC Philippines following it up with the Yves and the Hayabusa. Ling still up for grabs. Again, like you mentioned, he has bled on that Ling, something we haven't seen for a whole year. But it's surprising to say, yes, it has suffered a loss here at M3.
Here's the thing about the specific heroes that we're looking at. Again, the Ling or the Hayabusa or the heroes we expected to actually outperform or to still be on the spotlight, be on a pedestal when it comes to the draft. The M3 meta has just turned that on its head.
Yeah.
We have created new stars in the likes of Lolita, in the likes of Lilia, who are such high priority heroes. So now, I think it's gonna come down to their main strategies. No longer are they fixated on single heroes, save for maybe this one right here and another. Her sister, the other Da in the current metagame, Matilda. It's open for ONIC. I'm wondering if they're gonna pick it up because Rafaela's still out there too.
Yeah, Rafaela is still up there. We all know how much Beloyski loves this hero, but Esmeralda, if we're talking about love towards a specific hero, it's gotta be RRQ, man. Every single time they have the first pick, if it's not the Yves, it is the Esmeralda. But now look, ONIC Philippines, they are prepping for that Ling. Letting the Ling go means that you need a lot of these single target knock CCs right here, right? And there you have it. It is the Selena and the Cho picked up for RPH. So already going for a little bit of a pick style composition right now.
Yeah, not only just pick, but also the bush control, because right now, ONIC Philippines, the way that they're drafting, it looks like, number one, prepping for the Ling. If an assassin kind of, any kind of hero that's gonna come through, the Cho is gonna be the one to deal with it. And right now, having this Selena opens up the map, opens up how they're gonna move, how they're gonna rotate. But right now, for the side of RRQ, Farsa has been picked up, as well as the Aldos.
I don't discount the fact that it might actually be Xin on this Aldous from the gold lane. And before we wait for phase 2 after this third pick by ONIC, I want to mention like one huge difference, right? Between Xin and Marky, Xin is more likely to just farm up and then dominate his lane, right? Marky, the way I see him and the way I know him, he's more of a gold lane wingman. He's so reliable, you expect him to just perform and communicate. That's one thing I know from ONIC Philippines, is that even as a gold laner, he's so good on updating his teammates on what exactly is going on with him and what might be happening elsewhere on the map. So now, looking at ONIC, he's still open. Marky's choice is still out there. We might see how they use that strength after they pick up that Lancelot and ban out the Ling. Much respect.
Yeah, the Ling ban finally coming through for the side of ONIC Philippines. The thing is, it's really risky to let the Ling go for either team. Kyrie, everyone's talking about Albert's Ling, but Kyrie, his Ling is pretty scary as well, man. But let's take a look at RRQ, knowing again, Blarsky, he played a mean Uranus yesterday. That's an understatement if I just say mean. He dominated on this Uranus, and surely enough, RRQ, with the respects, banning it away. ONIC Philippines now, do they want to go for another jungler? So far, technically, you can say that there are already 3 bans towards Albert, Hayabusa, Paquito, and the Ling. Will they finish it off with perhaps a Roger or a Yisun Shin ban that has given them trouble as well back at MPLI? But no, it is going to be the Ruby for ONIC Philippines right now as RRQ look for their last ban.
Yeah, right now looking at ONIC Philippines, in terms of the bans, it kind of looks like they might want to take one kind of marksman over here, and Beatrix is still up. So for the side of RRQ, I wonder whether they want to ban it or not, because ONIC Philippines, I feel like it is a very good choice for them. It suits their playstyle. It is still a very strong hero, and right now with Paquito, Hayabusa, as well as the Ling out of the picture, it is a good situation to have Beatrix over here. Lilia has been banned, so I guess it's good because Lilia is quite oppressive in the gold lane, as well as it can interrupt the team fights. Right now, from the side of ONIC Philippines, this Cho can be flexed. They already have a jungler. Yeah, this Lina, roamer or mid. And it looks like Yuzon's going to be picked just to counter that Farsa. Still not revealing too much about the draft.
I like it, how you put it. The Cho actually is smoke and mirrors. You don't know if it can actually go to the gold lane. Marky plays a mean Cho. Could also be played in the support role to join the Selena in mid. So we don't know exactly. They have one more pick open for RRQ. They're going to close up here. They're going to have to close up strong.
Yeah, they need to close up strong right now. Technically, in their composition, 3 scaling heroes. They need something to be able to put them on the board in that early stage. Because again, these 3 heroes, they're strong. But in the late game, whereas ONIC Philippines, they have the Selena, the Cho, the Lancelot. That is the contrast. Complete 180.
I'm guessing Matilda Roger, Matilda Yusin Shin, something of that combination.
Oh, there you go. Matilda Roger,
I was
Leo.
right the first time.
This is why that people take Leo as an analyst, man. He's so good at these predictions here, and that will round up RRQ's draft. Honestly, if we're looking at the draft, ONIC Philippines finishing it off with that Harith in the gold lane for Marquee. Thoughts on the draft, LaFell?
All right, so looking at Harith over here, it is a very good scaling kind of hero. And from the side of, I guess there's not much answer towards this Harith. So, not gonna lie, I kind of like the draft coming in from the side of ONIC.
Yeah, but look at that. It's going to be Achil throwing in some extra words right after the picks happen set. They are going to load into the game right now, but I want to hear some predictions just based on the draft right now.
I think the early game is actually looking good for RRQ. Deceptively good. Because you have the Farsa, you have the Matilda, just those 2. If you play it right, and even the Esmeralda, I've seen R7 do amazing things at the 2-minute mark on this hero coming out of the XP lane. So that being said, I think ONIC PH better slow their roll, especially since they have a Harith.
But the thing is, they do have this Selena. The Selena can actually help win out the lane. Any lane that she chooses to go, whether the XP or the gold. So the Selena can play it slow. However, I feel like, especially going up against this Aldos, maybe they want to go maybe a little bit faster.
Well, the questions will be answered here in the game. Are you ready? It's going to be RRQ and ONIC taking it to the land of Dawn as both of these side lanes are already going in for some crazy trades on the board. Selena, what happened in that early stage? Beloyski already at such low HP.
Yeah, looking at the mid lane just now, she tried to go a little bit aggressive, but Clay manages to damage her a little bit more, especially here, Vin on this Matilda, focusing every single hit from the first kill, managing to hit her. But I feel like in this early stages of the game, it's still fine, it's still controllable. It's how they transition after this.
Yeah, I like how you put it, Leo. Deceptively good. I agree completely, man. The Esmeralda, everyone says, yeah, scaling hero. But in that early stage, it's actually really, really good, especially when you're talking about the early mobility, where Yu Zhang, yes, has mobility, has that team fight potential, but only after that ult.
Yep, and so far the only thing that ONIC can do is win the vision game, and of course try to find those pickoffs for Beloyski's in Los Lobos.
Oh, Aldous is gonna get taken down. That's your first blood by Razor, picked up by the Filipino team, ONIC.
And that's what I was saying. RRQ HOSHI, they're playing on one plane of deception, while ONIC PH might be doing the same thing. Shades of Na'Vi possibly playing Possum early on. What is this, 2 minutes?
Now this is what I'm talking about, because the Selena is actually very good in any lane, whether EXP or gold. You just have to pressure a little bit, and Zin went a little bit overzealous, had his first death over there. We just want to see what ONIC Philippines wants to transition on, and it looks like the turtle is going to be the objective.
Yeah, they really like to do these kind of things, but Vin is already in there. He's going to try to go and do some damage. Only time when able to get back onto 2 members right now. So Albert gets kicked away. He's going to get taken down in R7. He's going to try to go for more. Beloyski for the price of Albert. That is not a good trade, but they're trying to make it a better one. Glarski now caught in the 1v3, instantly taken down, and that's going to be RRQ going and equalizing the board 2-2.
So far, 1 kill up, but then Kairi still got the turtle. I guess the only real place where there's no true neutrality is bottom lane, because look at this. Marky's just bullying Sin.
Oh, yeah, you can see the majority of that gold lead is going to come down from Marky. 300 gold lead, and that turret gold has been taken away.
Yeah, right now I'm looking at from the side of RRQ HOSHI, where Albert, again, not afraid to go in front to get that kind of play, but I want to see his team following up with him as well. Early in that turtle fight, I feel like they could have played it a little bit better, perhaps a better kind of engagement, but probably just a little bit too aggressive trying to secure that turtle.
Oh, but R7 now caught in a bad situation, still able to run away, deal some damage back to Beloyski. It is going to be both of these members taking a half HP. ONIC still with that lead. And now we are going to take a look. Vin going very aggressively onto Kyrie, holding off to the Circling Eagle. Sir Clay is here for the airstrike to pop it off, just to zone Kyrie away, as he will need to go back into his jungle. Still, both of the teams on equal grounds. Let's take a look at the items so far.
Sir Clay didn't find anything there. Again, you see the mechanical genius of Kyrie. Up top, it's Albert trying to get this gold crab, and Kyrie giving him a visit. I think there is one loss here for Beloyski. Just don't do XP lane anymore. It's clearly a loss. I think it's a much less financial, beneficial thing here, at least for finances and for XP. So yeah, maybe try to give Marky a visit. That might be a good try.
Yeah, speaking of Marky, right now he already completed his Calamity Reaper. Looks like he is on the way on finishing. Oh, over there, Clay getting attacked. But again, for the side of Marky, he's on the way completing his Feather of Heaven. And I feel like right now RRQ HOSHI is giving a little bit too much space for the side of Harif, because again, he has that Purify. He's going to be nasty in team fights.
Yeah, and now we can see already ONIC preparing this turtle. Really, really good setup from them. Able to get Farsa really low. Vin trying to open up the map. Will be able to dodge away from the Abyssal Arrow as ONIC goes and starts it up. R7 though being such a nuisance already here. Guiding Wind to save him away from that engage, but he is extremely low. This is not a really looking good for the side of ONIC, but Abyssal Arrow once again is going to be dodged away. RRQ, they might look for the collapse. ONIC might look for the collapse. It's just going to be the matter of who gets it. Final execution to go in and get the turtle. Now an all fight breaks loose. Vin goes in for the Circling Eagle onto Hatred with, oh my god, it's going to be taken down, as that's going to be Albert. He's going to Lycan Pounce, unable to connect onto anything. R7 going in for the Falling Star Moon as well, as both teams will just choose to disengage. ONIC with the lead.
Beloyski's playing geometry, man, and Sir Clay's not picking up. Honestly, he's drawing lines and points with this arrow and this trap. They're going to jump on R7. He's going to be fine. This is a great read from RRQ HOSHI. They understood that we have to change the dynamic because bot lane's going to get hammered here. Let's switch over to top lane, and that's exactly where Marky went. On to my point again. LaFell said it best. Wherever Beloyski goes, he just changes the pace of the game, and right now, Vin catches another one.
Beloyski has just been so on point.
Yeah, right now, actually, looking at the previous team fight from the side of ONIC Philippines, this is the kind of gameplay that we are expecting from them. They're going to prioritize the objectives, but for the side of RRQ HOSHI, in my opinion, it's a little bit uncharacteristic where in terms of timing of engagement, it was not to my liking, where Albert goes in first and then R7. I prefer more cohesive kind of engagement and then going together and then selecting the targets. Right now, Vin is at front.
Yeah, look at that. Hatred trying to go for the way the Dragon Jeet Kundo combo. Unfortunately, only landing onto Vin, but the Abyssal Arrow again, just so on point for Beloyski. This is the name of the game right now. Beloyski on the Selena, as the top side will be ganked. R7 will be able to get out of that one. Very, very fast rotations. That was insane. He knew the limits. He knew ONIC Philippines didn't have the engage potential to lock him down, so he stayed a little bit longer. And now RRQ pushing the pace in the mid lane. Abyssal Arrow unable to connect. Vin trying to zone Beloyski out. And now again, it is just a 1,000 gold lead, but so far it's still down right in the middle. Abyssal Arrow opening up the map once more.
It's a 1,000 gold lead off of a significant objective. It's a turret. It's a turret that Aldous on Xin has to really think about. And again, that's what's opening up these rotations for Marky. So they're able to put more of a dent elsewhere. And again, 2 turrets going over to ONIC PH. That's not nothing.
Oh, look at that. It's going to be the way the Dragon connecting onto Albert. He's actually going to be able to turn this around, and now it's going to be Hatred running for the hills. Flicker being used, and the feathered airstrike comes in, almost taking him down, but this is very good setup for the turtle. Vin, he doesn't want the turtle. He wants a kill. Unfortunately, unable to get that. The turret will be taken down in the top side, and the turtle will be started by ONIC PH. Let's see what happens here. It's going to be the chase coming in. R7 going for a Falling Star, able to connect onto Kyrie, but it's going to be him taking the retribution on the turtle. Xin goes onto Kyrie, still able to dodge with that Thorn Rose, and that is ONIC picking up the objectives and instantly backing off. But Larsky, maybe they're not done here. Maybe he wants some blood, but no, just backing away.
No, he's blunted. Again, this is just mad discipline coming from ONIC PH. They take what they need, then they get out. How? 7 Force!
Oh, Falling Star Mundo. Devon Force maybe a little bit too aggressive there. Marky's still able to dash around, completely outplaying RRQ. A 1-for-1 right now, but ONIC still stays at a 2,000 gold lead.
Yeah, but the thing is, this 2,000 goal lead is still playable because from the side of RRQ HOSHI, they can still win this one just because the draft, they have a lot of scaling on this Aldous, on this Farsa, as well as Mirko, you yourself have said that this Roger, even though he is very strong in the early stages of the game, but can be very strong as well in later stages of the game just because of how tanky he can get. But from the side of ONIC Philippines, this is an interaction that we haven't seen for a long time, which is the Harif as well as the Esmeralda, where it is a matchup where if the Esmeralda plays it well, she can win. But if the Harif can kite around, then he can win. And as of right now, look at this, an engagement coming in from
The base by Valoisky, able to bring Vin back to the turn right now. So for that airstrike will be popping. Oh, Kyrie coming for the puncture and securing the triple kill. Kyrie has finally come to play.
4 for none off of the back of a circling eagle bait. RRQ HOSHI unable to find anything else on the map because even Zin has to retreat. He was way too deep, could have pushed that tier 1 down bottom, and now ONIC are going to convert out of their minds. Going to go for the early choke and then start to get equilibrium and even maybe push part the line through all of these lanes. Amazing play.
Yeah, right now we got to go back to the keys to victory, but before that, let's look at the replay again. From the side of RRQ HOSHI over here, we can see that Vin engages, but he went in alone. His team is not confident in that. Look at Albert. Albert trying to run away. Clay still trying to fight. So this is what I'm talking about in terms of their communication. It looks like they're a little bit all over the place. It's like, what do you want to do? I want to do something else. So from the side of RRQ HOSHI, they have to give a little bit more respect on the side of ONIC Philippines, and they have to start taking this a little bit seriously and start to slow their roll and actually go in as a team.
Yeah, at this point right now, it is going to be ONIC with a 4,000 gold lead and exactly what they like to do right now. Splitting up the map, playing it one by one, shoving the lanes and looking for picks on the board. And honestly, man, we've seen Valoisky just play Rafaela. This Selena is insane.
Yep, it's a more aggressive take on what he's been doing so far. And halfway through the draft, I was expecting that Valoisky would try to go for these death bush plays, but look, they're going.
Oh my god, Marky's able to go into the backside. Albert is going to get taken down. There's nothing they can do. RRQ trying to run away, but Kyrie comes in with the Phantom Execution. Furious Tide to come in as well. Zin goes back in for the re-engage onto Dlarsky. He's able to pick him up right now as Clay picks up the double, but Kyrie keeps on going. Zin, he can't go for more. He'll be able to pick up one more on the board with 1v1 against Kyrie. Has the stacks, has the damage, but will he be able to outplay Kyrie? Zin is not going to be able to. ONIC picks up a wipe out in the 10th minute of the game.
A fine Knight versus the One Punch Man. Boy, this is MLBB, not anime, not manga. And look at that. Marky has just pushed all the way straight into the inhibitor in mid. They've opened up all the lanes. Only one tier 2 standing down bottom. And from 4K now to about 6, ONIC PH is ahead.
And we got to look back at the keys to victory for the side of RRQ HOSHI. They need to establish lane dominance, and unfortunately, they couldn't do that against Marky. As I said earlier in the game, the point where Marky had the Calamity Reaper, he actually finished it a little bit earlier than he really should have, and because of that, they start to win off of this Harif pick alone. Because right now, in terms of itemization, he already has that Feather of Heaven, Holy Crystal, as well as Concentrated Energy. Whenever he gets a kill, he's gonna get a lot of healing from that, and it can just help him sustain throughout the fight. And the way that Kyrie is playing, he doesn't go head on strong. Yes, he does, but he kites around, he waits for all the cooldowns, and then he is patiently, he can re-engage.
And it's exactly that interaction, that line of decision-making by Marky to build this way that's making him win this fight between him and R7. This is an argument that we've been having for the better part of the past 2 years. Esmeralda versus Harith, Harith versus Esmeralda, and clearly right now, Marky's eating good. Look at this catch.
Oh, way the dragon onto Zin. He can't go anywhere right now. It's going to be Thorn Rose to pick up the unstoppable for Kyrie. And honestly, that is an accurate depiction right now as Dlarsky just zones away 4 members. He is literally unstoppable. This is RRQ getting dominated here at game number 1. Kyrie already trying to get the Lord. Trying this is an understatement. It's going to be an easy secure for this team.
There is no try, only do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is why we can see that in terms of audience prediction, they're not too sure whether it is going to be RRQ or ONIC Philippines, because again, look at both of these teams. They look very, very strong. RRQ HOSHI right now, they're in the back line. I do want to see how are they going to handle this kind of situation, because again, remembering what happened to Toda, they can just slow down the game and then somehow they will find keys to victory, because this is the thing about Indonesian teams. They only need to win one team fight. Just one team fight is all they need, and then they will turn things around.
Absolutely, and now let's see what ONIC has to do here. They have the Lord, Enhanced Lord, coming into the mid lane. They are going to set up all the waves to go for that siege. A 3-wave push. This is at least an inhibitor turret taken down. You know, that is at the very least. Let's see if RRQ can defend. Enhanced Lord marching down the mid lane. It is going to be it taken down instantly right here with the Abyssal Arrow to zone away the members from taking the minion waves. Kyrie just dashing all over the place with the puncture, able to use that passive really well, as ONIC will be able to take one inhibitor turret, and that is the most important one.
Right now, looking at ONIC Philippines, they are looking at a good condition to end the game. However, they have to be very careful over here because parts like that.
Albert gets caught, and now it's going to be the all-follow-up. Albert gets completely taken down, and Finn will follow through. Zin is going to be able to crack that bottom side, that back line with the kill, but look at the combo. Wombo is coming in. It's going to be Kyrie just outplay the entire team and looking for the kill. A maniac for Kyrie. No, it's only a triple kill, but ONIC Philippines starts off with a statement.
Kyrie can share. Kyrie can share. He put the gold all over, but it doesn't even matter. What a start for ONIC Philippines. This is a best of 5.